I'm using the AoE attacks only when I get a bunch of enemies in one place, like this, bam, and they're all being decimated pretty fast. Sup guys, it's Kosh. We're back with Soul Knight Prequel, and we are doing Artillerist guide today, so you will know how this class works and what are the recommended skills and equipment for you. Let's go. So, Artillerist is a mix of Archer and Pyromancer, so you will need to take those two professions in order to get this guy. For the stats, your priorities should be Dexterity and Intelligence, depending on which skills do you like most. I went with the Dexterity for my build. Keep in mind that since we're combining Dexterity and Mage class, in order to use some spells or skills, you will need specific weapons. So, some Dexterity things will require you to have a crossbow, while some Pyro things here will require you to have the wand or staff, like those Volcanic Rift and Ground Zero spell. Also keep in mind that if you screwed up your build or you don't like how it's working, you can always go to this guy over here in the town, bam, Respec Merchant, and do the respec. It's not that expensive, honestly. You can get that gold really fast and rebuild your build with the right stats. So alright, now let's talk about the skills. That's the skill that I use on my main run. So basically I have 2 hours that I activate straight away before going into the fight. They consume about 25% of my mana, I think. And then I use 4 skills here. We got 2 buffs and 2 active skills. First active skill is Tumbling Shot. This is my main AoE attack. Second skill is Rapid Fire, which is coming from the combined Artillerist class, and it's being used to do single target DPS or as a filler between those AoE attacks if you have enough mana. Then we have 2 buffs. One is Sphaera Sagittantis in order to upgrade damage of your arrows and shots, and second one is Fire Aura that will give us additional fire damage, so it's really convenient. So the combat looks like this. I activate my buffs and then jump in with AoE attack and doing the normal attacks. Moreover, I have this skill that will allow me to do the higher damage from the higher range, so yeah, basically using those on the cooldown and using the damage. It's really easy to get skill A. I like it quite a lot. It's decimating most things, and moreover my Archer buff will give me movement speed, so I'm moving pretty fast, which is really nice for farming. This is how it looks in the actual fight. As you can see, the enemies of my level, they're a bit lower, but yeah, they are being destroyed very fast, so they don't really stand a chance. I'm using the AoE attacks only when I get a bunch of enemies in one place, like this, bam, and they're all being decimated pretty fast. This build allows you to create really cool combos, skill combos, in order to do a lot of damage and get extra XP like that. So yeah, that's pretty nice, and as you can see, we go through levels really fast because of our movement speed. So yeah, even against the huge enemy groups with some proper equipment, it's really good. It's decimated them, and elite enemies are being killed very fast if you use both buffs at the same time and just press and hold your attack button. So yeah, no enemy group is too strong for this class, and I think it's one of the best classes for farming. And here is the boss, and take a look what happens with the boss when we start attacking it. It's being totally decimated at insane speeds, and I mean, it can't do that much to survive. So yeah, overall, the weakness of this class that it's very fragile. So basically, if you will miss the attack, you will take a lot of damage and you can die pretty fast, because I haven't invested that many points into strength and survivability. So yeah, I have to be really agile when using this class in order to avoid damage. So let's dive deeper into the build and see how my skill points are allocated. Right now I've got 1 of each skill because I tested those skills in order to see how good they are, but I figure out that I don't really need any of that, because in reality my attack is way higher than magic, so all those magical attacks, they will be pretty useless for me. So since I go with the arrows as a main damage type, all magical attacks won't be any good. We have this amazing Blazing Alacrity here that will increase our magical power based on the dexterity, but it's nowhere close to our physical attack because of the weapon, so I decided to dump all the magic spells for the best. And now let's do the skill reset and allocate the points properly. That will allow us to become so much stronger. So for the archer, we would like to take tumbling shot to the maximum. This is our bread and butter spell. Precision barrage, I tried it. It's actually not that bad, but we already have one AoE spell, so I decided that this one works better. Moreover, it's pretty fast, so I decided to go with that one. Next one will be True Shot Aura. Max it out as well, really convenient. And I really like the aim because it increases our critical chance, so that means more damage to the enemies. Right now we'll put one. I want to see how many points we will have left in the end, so I will properly distribute them. Now for the Pyromancer skills, I like Pyroclad. It will allow me to get more defense when I'm being attacked and give me some additional fire damage. Then we skip all this stuff here, Fireball and Flamethrower. Flamethrower is nice, but we don't have skill area for it, and I don't like switching them all around, and I'm low on mana anyway, so no, at least not right now. Next one is Fire Aura. We would like to max it out as well, and then we'll get some Conflagration because it's pretty cool, and we need to get it to the maximum level. So right now it feels okay. We can add extra points into the basic training here and there. It will give us extra stats, but it's not that necessary at this point. We need to spend 3 more skill points into the archer area. Let's get aim. Alright, aim. Now we get Sphyra Sagitantis, so our second buff, and we got access to all our combination spells. So let's get the rapid fire to the maximum because this one is really good. Omni Combustion will help us a lot by doing extra damage. So I'll get it to level 2 right now. Oh, we need adhesive gunpowder. This is really good. Alright, and damn, Pyrostigma is good as well. All of those skills are really important. Blazing Clarity, let's get some points over there. Let's get some points over here into the Pyrostigma. And let's get some points into Sphyra Sagitantis. Alright, and we will put some points into Piercing Arrows as well. I'm level 43 right now, and we should have 7 more skill points, right? So overall it will be 8 skill points free, and I think from here you can distribute them yourself. How do you see fit? Because getting additional aim, for example, will give us only 15% bonus critical, and that's it, so it doesn't worth to go for the higher level. Piercing Arrows already got the basic chance of 30%, we can get it higher, but I mean, we might spend it somewhere else, and I think I would spend it in the Omni Combustion here, because it feels like it's a good option. Or maybe I can get some of those basic training if I lack stats, for example. And don't forget that you can get resistance condition as well, at least 1 point, because that will allow you to be more alive, otherwise you will be killed quite often. So yeah, basically from here you can decide for yourself where to put them. My advice would be going into the Omni Combustion, Blazing Clarity, and at least 1 point in all those survival and extra stat skills. Now for the skill placement, for the second slot we put the auras. Alright, for the first slot we got this thing, then arrows, then the green, not this one, green buff and the powder buff. This will work really well. For the companion, I've got my agility companion and got spirited for him. That increases our attack speed and charge up speed of allies for a time, so that's additional buff that will allow us to get extra damage. So yeah, right now, if we use all the buffs, our DPS will be like 15k at level 43, I think. It's really amazing, like we're doing really good damage to the enemies, and that will take the boss down pretty fast, and as for AoE attacks, they are even better. So the main issue that you will lack mana, so because of that you would like to invest into either intelligence gear or stats, or get those extra stats with intelligence bonus, because that will allow you to get more mana and more health and more everything basically. So yeah, I think you would like to get some of those. For the gear, my tip would be going for Medusa set, because it feels really good. It gives you multi-shot ability, that's extra arrows, always nice, and it gives you Spirit of Medusa that will allow you to deal more damage to enemies further away, but less damage to enemies nearby, so since we are ranged, that will work really well. For the weapon, for the farming, I would advise to go with the Goblin Sacrificial Bow, because Spirit of the Goblin, when you get the set, will give you life and mana on kill. That means you won't run out of mana, and that's an issue with this build. And I would advise to go with the Goblin Necklace here, so that will give you 2 set bonus, but you will get too much multi-shot then. So yeah, maybe Valkyrie's set will be another good equipment for our character, because that will give additional damage to the enemies, and dot skills will tick faster, so it's really nice. Basically, the problem with the gear that it takes forever to get, so right now I'm not sure which is the best option here, and you can share it down below in the comments, by the way. But honestly, you don't have that many options here. Most of those things, Mandragora Medusa set is really good for ranged characters, for dexterity characters. Goblin set again because it got the hyper focus, which will actually help us because we get a locked mana. And C6H806, the robot gear, because it gives you brutality and it's extra crit, so it's always nice to have extra damage, and its own bonuses are really good, but mostly for the farming. And yeah, as mentioned before, Valkyrie set is nice as well. So yeah, in terms of the gear, you can go for whatever you will get first and decide later. Maybe I'll make a specific guide for the gear when I will learn everything. But so far, try to get the fate-bound items that will give you nice bonuses. I've got Medusa bonus here. I've got the Valiant Strike that's giving insane bonus damage, guys, because that's like 75% extra damage when you are 80% health or higher, and we got some extra bonuses from other stuff. But yeah, as you can see, I didn't master any of the stuff that I wanted here because, well, stats matter more as you progress the game before you will build your equipment fully. Moreover, as you improve your gear to the next tier, you will unlock additional fate-bound bonuses, so it can all change and add extra stuff for you. If we talk about the Valkyrie Boosts boons that you get, I really like this one, True Shot Aura bonus, Wrath of the Norns. It will allow us to get Pyre Ailment when you attack the enemies and Fire Blast when the Wrath effect ends, so that gives us extra AoE capabilities, and I really like it so far. It's making our attacks way stronger. Okay, before I got the right skills, I had pretty serious issues with the bosses, but right now, my god, this is becoming way too easy because our DPS is insane. It's just decimating them all. And as I said, the main problem for us is staying alive right now. If we can stay alive for long enough, the boss will go down and we will be okay. Dexterity also helps to avoid the projectiles, so don't forget about that. That will help you to stay away from the danger. So yeah, my overall feeling from this build that I actually like it. I've got what I wanted. I've got the chaotic movement, fast action, and a lot of DPS. I've got insane mobility. I just need to add a bit more intelligence so I won't be running out of mana and strength for the survivability, and it will be fantastic. So overall, yeah, with that said, can I recommend playing this build? Of course, as any other build. It's no worse than anything else. It's feeling really good. If you can get used to using the skills properly, of course you will love it. It's a nice build, and my character is almost level 50 already, and yeah, I like how it's going. Wow, we got over 200 kills combo first time ever. That is insane. That should give us pretty decent XP boost. So yeah, guys, that's everything I can tell you about Soul Knight Artillerist for now. If you get extra tips that will help other players, let me know down below in the comments. Your comments, likes and subscriptions will help to promote the video in the YouTube algorithm, so I would really appreciate that. And you can also check out the video description for additional links, the playlist with other guides, my other YouTube channels. I need your help at my PC channel right now, it lacks subscribers, and obviously LD players who can play this and other Android games on PC, my Discord, social media and other useful stuff. And yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been Kosh. Have a good one. Bye.